What's happening, y'all? It's Amy Nicholas, and I am starting something brand new. Been doing a couple of live videos similar to this, but I really want to help entrepreneurs generate more profit, just have a better life, dream life, the whole nine yards. So I'm doing a series, a new show, basically is what you're watching here. And basically, how to generate more profit in your online business in just 10 minutes a day. My videos are going to be about 10 minutes or less, pretty much getting to the point and giving you some meat of success, without a lot of fluff, without having to watch, 30, 40 hour long video, So getting right into it, I thought I would share with you, looking back on my 2020, one mindset hack that I used to double my income last year. And I know this now because I'm doing my taxes. I knew I was doing fairly well last year because I just decided to shut out the noise, turn off the news, not talk to people that were negative, and just, focus on health and wealth and doing the thing. And that's what I did. But the mindset hack I want to get into, something a little bit different, something a little bit unusual. I think that most people wouldn't really think that helps your business, but basically find a hobby, an interest, a passion, a desire to learn something new that you've always wanted to do. Okay. I'm talking like, really wanted to learn, to do, to spend time on, and you just like kept putting it off, or you are like, no, I don't have time for that. I got to work. I got to do these things. I got to bring in the money. Right. But what I'm telling you is, if you focus on this new thing in your life, it's actually going to help you generate more profit in your online business. So for me, what this new thing was 12 years prior to last year. So this was, I'm talking January 2020. 12 years prior to that, I had gone, I lived in Texas, and I had gone and taken the MSF course, which is the Motorcycle Safety Foundation course. I'd always wanted to learn to ride. It seemed like something I'd wanted to do for a long time. Hey, Ishik. And so I took this course like many, many moons ago, and I never bought a motorcycle. I was moving. I decided to buy a truck and just like other stuff. Life was in the way. And so I kept putting it off. But when I moved out to the country actually in 2019, we moved out to the country. Early January 2020, I was like, you know what? I really want to ride a motorcycle now. Like I have, place I can keep it. I can ride these nice country roads that I live on, and I, won't be stressed out because my husband can help me like trailer it to a parking lot, and I can learn, the basics again. And so I went and bought a motorcycle, trailered it back home because I wasn't comfortable enough riding it. It had been 12 freaking years since I had learned. And I spent 2020 learning to ride. And I'm still riding, and I'm safe, 100%. And I believe, looking back, that because I chose to focus on something that was a passion, a interest, a desire, and I committed to it. I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to learn to ride. I'm getting on that motorcycle. That's it, period, And I would, as often as I could, I would go out and, go for a ride. And I remember feeling sometimes that maybe I should be working, it'd be like middle of the day, but I'm like, no, this is the perfect time to go out. Like, 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning, most people are at work, the roads aren't too busy. So I would take the bike out, and I would, ride in the early morning sometimes, just because there was less traffic. And then I would come back, and I would go back into, working on my business, and I would be like, like feeling kind of excited and feeling good. And I got to pursue something that I love to do. And I started to get better and better, more and more comfortable riding. And, my rides got longer, and I've got a different bike now. I actually have a faster bike. Actually, I should say I have two bikes now. I have a dirt bike as well as a sport bike. But what I believe was the mindset thing here is learning to ride a motorcycle is so demanding of your senses. It's so demanding of your, all your limbs are using something, right? You got your clutch, you got your brake, your foot's doing a brake thing, you got your shifter down there. and your mental capacity is completely absorbed as you're writing, especially when you're learning, because you're like, This is totally new. And what I believe that did for me was it gave me clarity and just kind of kept my mind off of business. And I think everybody needs this. I think you need to have something in your life that you can just totally 100% focus in on that is not business related. Okay? Nothing to do with it. And by doing this, you free up these what I call like resistant thoughts about what you're doing. So like say you're doing print on demand and you're working really hard all the time and you're, just in it all day, every day, whatever. You need a break. Okay. Your mind needs a mental break. Because what happens is you take that break, you go do something fun. Like for me, jumping on my bike, go do something fun. You take your mind off of it. You come back at your business with a new perspective. I mean, especially for me, I consider riding a motorcycle to be wind therapy. Seriously. There's something about being outside of a car. There's nothing, caging you and having the wind just like hitting you, right? I don't know what it is, but it works. For me, the stress goes down, okay? Get on the bike, ride like the wind, come back, get into the business, and I'm just like, oh, I can do anything, I think also learning something that is challenging and some people will never pursue it. Some people are too scared to ever do something like that. Or, they picture like these horrible scenarios happening, and just sort of being in this, I don't want to call it like elitist club, but there is a bond between people that ride motorcycles because we know what it takes to put yourself out there on the road, learn the skill of actually riding and just, be in the moment. And I think if you can find what works for you, something that you want to do, you've been putting it off. You know what I'm talking about here. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking to you. Okay. There's something you really want to do, hobby, an interest. Maybe you want to travel somewhere. Maybe you want to visit someplace. Maybe you have just something on your bucket list. Okay. Like think of a bucket list here. And you are like, hey, I got to do this before I die. All right. What I'm telling you is if you do it, you will find that it actually helps increase profit in your business. You're giving yourself peace of mind. You are doing something fun. You're going to love it. Once you get good at it, some things, you can just start doing right away and it's fine. Other things like learning to ride a motorcycle, very stressful at first, but I pushed through it. And I said, because I know on the other side of learning to ride, it's going to be really fun, And so I kept thinking of that. And sure enough, at some point, things just clicked and I do things without having to think so hard, and learn to ride. So that is the mindset hack. Find something that you love, that you really want to do, that you haven't started to do yet, or maybe it could be something you used to do. Maybe it was like a sport, an activity, a hobby. Maybe you like to paint, maybe you like to garden, and you just, you put it off to the side. You said, I don't need that right now. What I'm telling you is to reintroduce that into your life, make it important. Okay. Don't feel guilty about putting time into this new activity or hobby or whatever it might be, but make it important. Okay. Because what's going to happen is you're going to free up that mental clarity. You're going to come back at your business because you feel good. You're going to do good, right? Does that make sense? So leave a like on this video. If you like tips like these, helpful tips for entrepreneurs, I'm all about the mindset stuff because I know for a fact that that's really what the foundation is for what's worked in my own life. Okay. I'm not saying this to brag or boast, but I've manifested using mindset strategies. I've manifested my dream home, multiple dream vehicles. I just got another one a week ago, which is the dirt bike, relationships, everything in recent years. I have used these techniques, money in the business, growing my businesses, doubling my income, all that sort of stuff. So if you're interested in learning more about that, make sure you follow me, like the videos so that you'll see them in your news feed, but follow on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. And if you want to join me, I'm doing a free live training on Thursday. So it'll be kind of more of this kind of content, but going deep. And it's all about mindset secrets. So if you're a newer entrepreneur, this is for you because I'm teaching you what it took me years to realize were the mindset secrets. All right. Had I known this stuff when I first started as an entrepreneur, pew, it would have been way up there by now. But it's all good. It's all a learning process, and I want to share it with you guys. So there's a link below. You can sign up for the free training. Like I said, I'm doing it Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, so you can come join us, 100% free. Leave a like on the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.